this effect is broken down into few subsections in Resolve compared to Blender. In Blender though, the view transform like filmic encompasses both the display transform and in Resolve we will lose all HDR
to Resolve.
Specifically the highlights and the
okay, wait.
or Resolve is. To reiterate, the problem with not having a proper tone mapping in either Blender or Resolve is that without it, the part of the dynamic range specifically.
If I do that, it doesn't do anything. Fuck me, man. What'd I miss? I must have missed something again. Go back.
Highlights. Really explaining it, but I promise you we'll get to that in the next video from this series. For now, let's just set the output gamma to sRGB and leave the rest of the settings like that. Just pointing out that these extra OOTF checkboxes at the bottom are switched off for now, and these are the settings so far. Feel free to copy them. Okay, we have
yeah, that is, it's the same.
Some other things to do now. We've just instructed Resolve how to interpret our linear Rec 709 for display using this menu, but here we have one more menu to tackle, which is called Tone Mapping, and it's set to DaVinci by default. Actually, it doesn't do much in the way it's set up right now, so we can switch it off temporarily by setting it to none.
Right.
Now, what is tone mapping, and why do we even need it? Haven't we just instructed Resolve how to interpret our linear Rec 709 EXR correctly by this thing? Well, yes and no. These inputs and outputs have defined the basic display transform, but in Resolve, to make it look good, you'd need to also play with the tone mapping part. It's just the way this effect is broken down into few subsections in Resolve compared to Blender. In Blender though, the view transform like filmic encompasses both the display transform and the tone mapping part on top. In fact, if we wanted to remove the magic part, we would have to switch to standard. What is called tone mapping in Resolve would be switched off, and we would have horrible highlights, we will lose all the film-like tone mapping qualities, and Blender would just naively plot all the HDR values to display, and that's it. To reiterate, the problem with not having a proper tone mapping in either Blender or Resolve is that without it, the part of the dynamic range, specifically the highlights and the saturated parts, will end up outside the visible range after display conversion. That would be very sad indeed. I hope it makes sense, because different software throw different technical terms at us, so it becomes rather confusing. Generally, the terms like tone mapping, display rendering transform, or DRT, or view transform all mean a similar thing, a process of converting one color space to another. Then some software, like Resolve, also singles out the magic part, calling it tone mapping and making it a separate sub-menu that is meant to handle highlights and saturation and all that stuff. Let's put it like that. If any of this doesn't click immediately, or even doesn't make sense at all,
oh my god, I'm stupid, I just
wasn't confused about color management. We're throwing in lots of concepts and terms, like sRGB, linear, whatnot. Feel free to breathe out and watch any section.
Oh, shut up. Keep going.
With the top mapping part, it's DaVinci's own tone mapping. If we turn it on and then tick the Use Custom Max Input checkbox and increase the max input nits, we will notice something very similar to filmic in AGX in how the highlights got rolled off. It kind of makes sense.
Okay, I'm either dumb or didn't notice this the first time, because I shit you not, I thought I set everything up. Maybe I didn't, but now it actually does make a difference. We were just dumb. We were dumb, silly, and stupid, and it actually does exactly what it's supposed to do. Fuck. Alright, cool. Hey, we figured it out.
Nits are used to measure the brightness, so by increasing this limit we allow
yeah.
intensity.
And if you're not following along,
these things,
never mind.
In another video. For now though, let's stop ourselves up. Actually, being able to adjust the exposure in post Cinematographers would give their left arm just to have that feature alone. Let me show you how. I will right click and add one more correct node. And place it before the color space transform.
Okay, wait, hold on, we're learning.
I will right click and add one more correct node and place it before the color space transform. This will be our exposure. Now dragging the point of the RGB curve to the left is the same as increasing the gain.
Ah, she works. It works. Ooh, fancy. I'm just so excited it's not
Gain, or
blowing out the
increasing the
side.
exposure, and dragging it down like that is decreasing the gain or exposure. What is important about this configuration of nodes and why it even works is the fact that we are changing the gain, which is actually a linear multiplication operation in the linear Rec 709 space. See? Before it gets crammed into your monitor color space. What happens before that still happens in the potentially infinite light range, and that's why it works. It's really fortunate for us that Resolve actually supports the linear light values.
Yeah,
It's
I love
kind
that.
of a luxury given how many apps totally drop the ball when it comes to linear workflows. Ooh, let's not get into that. So we have the exposure control now.
Okay.
To have it tested under different conditions, I'm gonna enable this clip and then middle mouse button click
Oh,
on
the fun
first
part.
one to sample its color management settings. This one as well.
Okay, wait. I was talking shit, but I mean, check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Fuck, did I not know? We got it right. Yeah. We got this. We got this. Okay. So. Ooh, pretty color around the that was like 30 minutes I could have just cut out because I didn't have the proper settings. But anyways, ooh, pretty, right? This one doesn't look as cool, but if I'm selected on this one, bam. Fuck it, I'll do it again. Middle mouse button. Oh, look at that, look at that. Shit, bitch. Go back. Ooh, very dark. Moody, kind of cool, but you can't really see anything. Bam! Middle mouse click. Oh, now you can see it. This one? Ooh, interesting. Look at that shit. Damn, dude, look at that. That's so cool. Oh, this is sick. It's very funny. It's very funny for me because this is like I find this stuff so fun and fascinating, but if you're looking at this screen and like none of this makes sense to you, same. I don't know what the fuck any of this does or me. Like I can kind of guess curves, color, sure, a map of RGB, the preview, the nodes, like I kind of get everything, but everything, like doing anything in this program is like it's like a different fucking language. I don't know what the hell I'm doing in any of this. I'm just thankful that I got this dude I could follow along with, but it's so cool. Look at that. I mean, if we go back, like, I don't know how far I have to go back. Ah, shit, did I break everything? I take it back. This sucks. This is miserable. I'm back to my CST. I don't want to do this anymore. Fuck. I thought it would... How do I redo? Please God, tell me. Control Shift Z. Right. I deserve that. That's fair. I got a little too presumptuous. We are gonna watch every one of these videos 17 times over. Why did I have to spam Control-C? Shit. What does this look like? I mean, the exposure works. It's just the CST. Like, if I delete that... Never mind, I'll go fuck myself. What am I looking at? Oh, it's just... I broke it. Alright, well, I got a little too excited. And then I fully blew up everything. Kill me, dude. Well, yeah, hey, at least this is dark again. Son of a bitch. Alright, let's take this as a... Wait, can I just... Wait, you don't even have an exposure on you. I don't know what color correction you're basing yourself off. Yeah. Okay, alright, let's stop laughing uncontrollably, hiding our rage. Let's restart it. Let's restart it without the tutorial and see if we can figure it out again, right? Shouldn't be too hard. Alright, so we start with our fire. Our fire looks like shit. It's overblown. Put our clips in, go back to color. So we're going to do clips, select our color. We're going to go color space transform. You are, I don't know your name yet, but I'll find you. Fucking Rec 709. You are, linear. You are Rec 709. And again, I don't know what any of the things I'm saying mean or do. I'm just remembering what he did. And you're not 709, actually. I take that back. You're sRGB. Okay. So if I click this and do this. Oh, look at that. It does nothing. We love that. I just didn't have it selected. So it does that. Blows it out. Gamma, whatever, does that. Sure. DaVinci, use custom, crank that up to 10. Oh, look at that. It works. Looks like shit. Doesn't look like shit. Why does it do that? I don't fucking know. Blown out, down. Yeah, that works. Okay. And just going off memory, I don't remember, so I think we're just gonna... None of these... We don't change any of these settings. So my next best guess is to go to add a node, a corrector, put it in between the two. We'll call you exposure